Hey, what's up? Good morning, Raza. It's your big homie, Chuco Sam. I had a question for you guys this morning. So, there's been a lot of talk about SPM again. That topic's been lingering on for the last, I don't know how many years. And to be honest with you, I get tired of it, but it's something that we must talk about because it keeps coming up. I personally don't keep bringing it up. Other people do. Mainly his fans and social media. Well, social media because he's got his people working social media. He's a smart man. SPM is a smart man when it comes to business. He's made some poor choices in his life. That's the reason why he's in there. Now, what do you do when you fuck up? Or when you're in trouble? Naturally, is you try to defend yourself and divert the attention away. And, you try to play the victim. Everybody's done it in some way, shape, or form before. When you were little and you were going to get in trouble because you did some shit you weren't supposed to. And you made up a lie. And you convince your brothers and your sisters to, help you with your lie. So they lied for you too. That's what people who don't take responsibility do. Okay? But anyways, it's also a narcissistic trait. You just people that are narcissists are always gonna lie. They're always gonna play the victim, and they're always gonna want to look good. Those type of people are into themselves, conceited. But back to the topic. This guy, he keeps coming up because especially right now because he's almost coming up. He's almost supposedly. He's not coming out. Let's get that squared away because this shit confuses me and it confuses a lot of people, especially his fans. He's not getting out, okay? He's coming up for parole. Just because somebody comes up for parole doesn't mean that they're coming out, okay? I know a lot of people. I've been around a lot of people. My uncles, my dad, my cousins. They've been locked up, and in Texas, I don't know about other parts, but here, a lot of times you don't get out, or you don't get granted parole the first time around, man. It's like they want to keep you there because you're a number to them. The longer you're incarcerated, the more feria they make. And that's just, how it goes, Because a lot of these prisons are not run by the city or the states anymore. A lot of these prisons are they're businesses. They run like businesses. So the longer you're in there, the more money they make, man, basically. So they're not in a hurry to release you. Especially somebody with SPM's charges. Okay? So he's spreading this rumor that he's gonna get out. He's a cocky son of a bitch. He's so sure of himself that he's gonna get out. I mean, and if he gets out, if that's what the courts decided, I'm not gonna hate on that fool. I really don't hate that fool. He's never done nothing to me personally to where I could hate him. I dislike that motherfucker. I don't like what he did. I mean, of course, who was gonna like somebody that hurts children and hurts women and shit like that? Nobody. Nobody's gonna have no respect for no fool like that. I mean, unless you know somebody or you met somebody that's been touched or molested, or you yourself has been touched and molested, you're not gonna know. You know what I'm saying? You just know this fool as some type of entertainer that raps about guns and riches and drugs and whatever the fuck he raps about. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, SPM never really rapped about la raza. He never rapped about empowering people. All he rapped about was himself. He's a self-centered motherfucker. He's a cocky son of a bitch. It's all about him. Another trait of a narcissist. And most child molesters are narcissists. So, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, he's telling people he's gonna get out. You know, he's behind why he's relevant. If it wasn't for him making noise, nobody would give a fuck. Because, I mean, think about it. He's been locked up for 20-something, 23, 24 years. That's enough time for people to forget about shit, right? Shit, I can't even remember what I did last week. But he keeps coming up. He keeps, he's like Trump. He wants to be relevant. He wants to be young. This fool thinks that we're still stuck back 23 years ago. He swears up and down that when he gets out, he's gonna crush the rap game, the rap scene here in Houston. I mean, his songs were alright for their time. And a lot of the kids now that listen to it, only reason they listen to it's probably because of TikTok or because their parents showed them about it. But me personally, I'll be honest with you, I never did like his music. To me, his music was trash. Alright, once again, he never had nothing, he never said nothing that had to do with la raza, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fucking Chicano, bro. I ain't no N-word or none of that shit, what he preaches. But, you know, yeah, that's personal preference and shit. But anyways, do I have a right to speak on it? To speak on him? Yes and no. I mean, I have a right to voice my opinion. Especially when he's every fucking where on social media now. Do I do it for clout? No. I don't do it for clout. I mean, there might be other people out there that do it for clout. I ain't got nothing to gain out of it. I don't get paid for it. I don't get, you know what I'm saying? I don't get paid for it. How the fuck, first of all, how does somebody even get clout off a child molester? If somebody could please, you know, like, explain that to me. I mean, yeah, he was famous, like, back in the early 2000s and shit for like a few years. I mean, and the songs was alright, but he wasn't like big time, you know? He wasn't like known worldwide. He didn't have it like that, you know? He wasn't a big star. He could have. And, you know, to be honest with you, he probably was on his way to do that. But he chose to do what he did, you know? He chose the crooked path. And, like I said, I don't get monetized for this shit. I don't got AdSense on my shit. I don't ask nobody for donations, none of that shit. I do it because I genuinely don't like that motherfucker. I don't like him because he's a fucking child molester. Am I a hater? Probably. I mean, what am I supposed to love a child molester? Is that what you are, chomo lovers? Because you're either a hater or a lover. So I guess, you know, I guess that part is true. Because I do hate child molesters. I don't hate him personally. Again, like I said in the beginning, like, I dislike him. But as a person, I can't hate that fool because I don't know him like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there were certain circumstances You know, there's always a reason behind why people do what they do. Maybe he's sick and he doesn't know it. Maybe that fool needs help. But you know what? A lot of people sometimes when they're sick like that, they don't want help because they're in denial. Maybe that's the case. But that's not for me to decide. I'm not a doctor, none of that shit, you know? But, yeah, man, once again, when I come on here and I talk about that guy, I talk about what I think, what I feel. You know what I'm saying? Am I right? Am I 100% correct in what I say? Maybe, maybe not. Who's to say? We weren't there when these things happened. I wasn't there. But I was one of those from the beginning. When I first heard about that shit on the news, I didn't believe it. I actually didn't believe it like for about a year. Almost a year I didn't believe it. I was like, some of you guys out there, I thought he was like set up. Because I'll be honest with you, there's people out there that set you up, man. There's evil females and shit like that. I've been set up before myself. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, no, it's not possible. I stopped believing these lies when the accusations and the charges and the people, the number of victims started coming forward, man. You know, one or two maybe. You know what I'm saying? There's wicked babies, mamas out there that all they want is money. That's a believable story. You know, with the 13-year-old, there's females out there that do stupid shit like that. They want to be older. They want to act like they're older. Some of them even do have fake IDs. That's a believable story. But once this and that came out, and then you had a third victim, a fourth victim, a fifth victim, a sixth, seventh, and eighth victim. Now there's a pattern. You know what I'm saying? So once there's a pattern, and he keeps doing this shit over and over again, and then his homies low-key snitch on him, and more evidence comes out. Come on, man. So he got set up 8 times. People try to take his money 8 times. He didn't have it like that. He's not a fucking megastar. He's not Michael Jackson or fucking R. Kelly or fucking what's his name? That guy with the Pudding Pops commercials. Bill Cosby. He don't have money like them. And he don't have fame like that. He had fame here in Texas. You know what I'm saying? That was about it, you know? He didn't have fame like I guess like now, you know? Now he's because of streaming, you know, places like Spotify and shit like that, you know, the SoundCloud and, you know, all these streaming services, Pandora and shit like that. You know, people can listen to music now that they never listened to before. You know, people, you know, especially the youngsters, they like the little beats. You know, they probably like what he's saying because, you know, he portrays himself to be a gangster. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now, man. That fool's not a gangster. SPM himself is against gangs. He's never claimed a gang. He never put in no work. He never hang with no clique. He don't claim no neighborhood. He's never been to jail for real shit. He's in jail right now. He's in prison. He's locked up, but not for no gangster shit. He's in there because he was a child molesting. That's a big no-no. If you're in a clique, a gang, or an organization, I mean, if you claim to be a G or a gangster, you don't conduct yourself in those ways. You don't do that shit. That shit's a no-no, you know? That shit's frowned upon, dog. That goes against the G code. So all the shit that you do is fake. You perpetrate. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how this fool's an OG. I don't know how this fool's even a gangster. He's an entertainer. Put it to you like that. He's like Rick Ross. Rick Ross used to be a fucking cop, a warden or some shit. He was a fucking chota. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with SPM, man. SPM was just trying to come up. And you know what? I can't take that away from him. I can't take his hustle away from him. I'm not going to hate on that, you know? We all try to come up. Everybody's trying to come up, you know? Everybody's always chasing the paper, you know? Chasing the bag. That feria. But no, I'm not a clout chaser, bro. No, fuck that. There's no way you can get clout off of somebody like that. A clout chaser is somebody that wants to be noticed, wants to be famous and shit, wants attention. I don't like attention. Matter of fact, sometimes I don't even feel like coming on here. Sometimes I feel like taking my channel down and shit like that. You know? Because of the attention. But like I said, I got a right, just like you and anybody else, to express myself. Just like all these little fools that come on here and don't know how to write a decent comment. All they ever write is free SPM. Which to me, in my opinion, is retarded as fuck. But you know, that's their right. That's their freedom of speech. If I want to talk about this motherfucker or expose him for what he is, I got that right too. Fuck him. But, yeah, I mean, just because you talk about a motherfucker like him, doesn't mean you're a clout chaser. Doesn't mean you're a hater either. I mean, I had actually already stopped talking about this fool. Because I've been talking about this fool since the beginning. Since before social media. I'm talking about way back when this shit first came out. You know, I felt angry because I actually believed that fool was set up. I thought he was set up. I was under the impression he was set up for a whole year. And then to hear the shit that he did, bro, Charlie. I think a year into it, into believing him, I started seeing the light, the truth. You know? And if you don't like it, a lot of people here don't like it. They don't like me talking about that fool or me voicing my opinion, but that's fine, man. I mean, if you don't like me, then unsubscribe from my channel. Go make your own channel. You know what I'm saying? Go voice your own opinion. Go make a page that says free SPM or something. You know, because you do have that right. I'm not forcing anybody. I'm not forcing anybody to watch me or listen to me. You don't have to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I'm nobody. I'm just a person just like you. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you don't like me, if you don't like my content or what I say, why the fuck do you sit there and watch my videos just so you can comment? That makes you a troll. You know? Don't be a troll. I mean, but at the same time, you do have a right to voice your opinion, so I'm not going to trip on that. If you say something that I don't like, oh well. It is what it is. Because you have that right. That's what the comment section is for people to talk shit, to voice their opinion. I'm not gonna get my feelings hurt. But now, if it's too disrespectful, where like, hey, you know, you straight out like disrespected me, I'm gonna delete your shit. I'm not even gonna deal with it. I'm just letting you know. But once again, yeah, I don't like SPM. I never liked his music or what he stood for. To me, honestly, he's always been fake. He's got a couple of good hits, a couple of hit songs, but that's about it. I never really listened to him. I was more, you gotta understand, I was more into like the West Coast music, because this was, you know, I was listening to Chicano rap in the 90s when it came out, to people like Kid Frost and Lighter Shade of Brown and stuff like that. So when the early 2000s came around and the Houston rap scene blew up, I never really got off into it. I mean, I tried to listen to Screw and Chop and what was that, Michael Watts, DJ Screw when he first came out. You know, I tried to listen to that stuff. I bought a couple of tapes and shit, but that shit wasn't for me. To me, that Screw and Chop shit sounds retarded. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel. Now, if it was like the early 90s Houston rap music, like UGK, ESG, the Ghetto Boys and stuff like that, yeah, I fuck with that. You know, I used to listen to that. That real Houston, the Ghetto Boys was the real gangster Houston rap music to me, and they always will be. You know, rest in peace, Bushwick. But yeah, man, I don't think just because somebody voices their opinion on SPM, that makes them a bad person or a hater or a clout chaser or somebody that's out to get his money. Let SPM keep his money. I don't give a fuck how much money he has, because you know what? That's dirty ass money. That's money that he got from being shady and not paying people, not paying his artists and shit like that, man. You know, people make fun of I Am Lopez and call her a torta and no neck and Shrek and this. I've seen all the comments, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. The I Am Lopez, the way she raps and stuff like that, that's not my style of music. You know what I'm saying? It's not my first go-to. But she's pretty good. She's damn good. I heard her music. You can't take that shit away from her. I'd rather listen to her than to SPM. That's for sure. I'd rather listen to her than to listen to fucking Carolyn's fucking fake ass. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I never even heard one song from Carolyn. I think the only one I heard was the one where she raps with Lady Pinks, where she's trying to be a chola. But she's a flip-flopper too, man. She married a fucking chomo, knowing he was a chomo. And then acts surprised when he dumps her for a younger girl. The fuck did she expect? He likes him young. Maybe Carolyn was young when he first met her, but he traded her as in for a newer model, you know? He's with some young girl that's his daughter's friend or something like that. I don't know her name, Dallas or Delis. I don't know. She's some young chick that's of age, but she's like in her 20s or teens or some shit like that. And SPM's almost motherfucking 60 years old, bro. Come on, man. Tell me that's not a red flag. Tell me that's not a motherfucking red flag. For real. He's dirty, man. He's a fucking chomo. And you know what? I hope this never happens. But once a chomo, always a chomo. And like 60%, 70% of violators, 60, 70% of chomos, when they get out, they do it again. They can't wait to do it again. It's a thrill. It's like, that's how they get off, you know? That's a sickness. It's like a tecato. Like a tecato, you know? Like, he could go to rehab, he could be clean and locked up 10, 15 years. Come out and go straight back to it. Because they need that fix. Same shit with the chomo. But then again, you know, you never know. Some of them do rehabilitate. Some of them do come back into society and don't do that shit no more. But yeah, man, I don't know what you guys think, man. Like I said, man, I've already talked too much. Usually my videos are not this long, but I just wanted to get it across to you, man. Because I hear it in the comments all the time, in the comments. Oh, you're just clout chasing. Oh, you're just trying to make money off of SPM. Oh, this and that, you're a hater. Man, you know, out of all those comments, the one that you probably write about is me hating on them. Because there's no way in the fuck I'm ever going to love a chomo. So if there's a, you know, if there's only a lover and a hater, I guess I'll fit into the second category. There's no way I'm ever going to show any kind of support or love to a chomo. Once somebody does that, once they're convicted and there's enough evidence to prove that they did it, because the cops didn't fucking put his ass in prison for shits and giggles. His ass is in there for 45 fucking years because he broke his bond. This stupid motherfucker could have beat the case against the 9-year-old because there wasn't enough evidence. It was he said, she said bullshit. The judge granted him bond pending a trial, which once again he could have won. But no. What does he do? Him and his homies, I don't know who the other two were, but there's rumors out there that it was one of them was Baby Bash. Picked up some 14-year-old girls and took them to a hotel over here in the north side by 45 North and fucked them. Had relations with them or did drugs. I don't know what the fuck they did. It's not clear. But one of the girls did say that she had sex with SPM in that fucking hotel room. And from what I'm hearing out in the streets is that Baby Bash is with them. I don't know if it's true or not. I can't prove it. But I'm going to find out. Because shit's coming to light. Shit's coming up. The shit's going to come out pretty soon. Because people are starting to talk. After 25 years, I don't know why. I don't know why people waited so long. I don't know why people are afraid of this guy. Because it seems to me like a lot of people are afraid to speak on it and talk about it. I understand some people just don't want the backlash, because I get a lot of backlash. But I don't give a fuck. I'm used to that kind of shit. People are always going to talk shit, threaten you. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. I don't think Yeah, no, I'm not clout chasing. Fuck. And I'm not looking for money. No, I got a job. I work 2 jobs. Just to let you know. I don't need to make no money. Especially off a goddamn child molester. But anyway, peace. And have a good Wednesday with the big homie Chuco Sam. A rato.